Welcome to the Hell Yeah Happy Hour with Suzanne Evans. Nothing is off limits, and nothing is held back, all to help you reach your Hell Yeah life. Thanks for joining us today, so let's crack open a bottle and get ready to drink in the good stuff.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hell Yeah Happy Hour, and I'm excited to be here with my sidekick, David Vance. What's up, David?
Nothing much, Suzanne. What's up with you?
Why are you using that voice? It sounds like you're intentionally trying to be more masculine than you are.
Well, Suzanne, I find that radio really exemplifies feminine voice qualities that I have been mocked for since I was young and a child, so I'm trying to correct that right off the bat here.
And just walk right into the studio and wear a grizzly hat.
Well, I kind of want, especially the female viewers on the other end of this, to see me sort of like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Like, I know he's the villain, but that's sort of the personality brand I'm looking to give off here.
All right, I think you've nailed it. So tomorrow is my birthday.
It is.
It is. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Are you lying?
I knew that at one point.
At one point when?
When I was planning studio days at some point, and Melanie said that's Suzanne's birthday, and then I asked...
You're a terrible liar.
Okay.
You're a terrible
Nope,
liar.
Never knew that.
So tomorrow's my birthday, and I am super excited. First of all, with it being my birthday, you actually bought the beer for tonight. You provided the drinks. Thank you so much for the
That's
happy
true.
hour.
Not even on the company credit card.
Really?
Really? That's personal.
That's shocking. So I typically like a slice of orange with my Blue Moon, so I was a little bit shocked that it was just a straight up Blue Moon.
So what does the orange bring to it that you're missing right now?
You know, I think it's a subtlety, but I do think it adds a little sweetness to it.
Okay, I can see that. I don't like fruit anywhere near my beer. Like,
just near beer or near anything?
Really near anything. I feel that the last time I ate fruit may have been 6 to 8 months ago.
6 to 8 months ago. All right. Anyway, 6 to 8 months ago, back to my birthday. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited because tomorrow for my birthday, I'm going to a restaurant, which I literally think not only is it supposed to be amazing, and I'm really excited, James Beard Award winner. It's a PBS special, which is awesome PBS show called A Chef's Life. And so it is called The Chef and the Farmer in Kinston, which you and I both know has nothing going on in it.
Yeah, I was going to say it might be awesome, but then you got to go to Kinston, North Carolina.
Exactly. But Kinston is apparently happening right now. And so going to The Chef and the Farmer, I'm really, really stoked. And what I'm really excited about is in addition to it being an amazing restaurant with killer food, it also has like so many business lessons and success lessons. You know, it's a husband and wife that went to Kinston, North Carolina, which has nothing in it, and started this restaurant. And now literally all these other restaurants have popped up. There's like a little boutique hotel because so many people are flooding there. You can't get a reservation.
So you're saying it's full of hipsters now?
Pretty much. It's just like another place in Brooklyn.
Excellent. You know what people say, Brooklyn's never been better than right now.
Exactly. So anyway, I'm really excited. And I love the idea that if you're really good at what you do, if you're like super, super talented and you're really committed, you really can kind of land in the middle of nowhere and create something that you become the destination instead of, right, having to go somewhere because it already is the destination.
That makes sense to me. Well, you say that as somebody who lives in South Carolina, too. So,
are you making fun of where we live?
I think I'm making fun with where we live. I just don't think anybody, like... I don't think Anthony Bourdain's sitting there going, you know, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, top 10 bucket list locations.
Well, you know what? He has apparently never been to Godfather's Pizza. He has never apparently visited Dagwood's for an amazing sandwich. And I am almost certain he hasn't been to Hardee's.
Really? You don't think he's Carl's Jr. all the way?
No,
You don't
I'm
think
telling
he knows the demarcation between Hardee's and Carl's Jr.
I don't believe it. But anyway, I'm excited. That's my birthday tomorrow. I'm going to be 42. So 42 years old. And 42 was the year in which I was completely certain that my mom was so old when she turned 42 that it was tragic. And so I was driving in the car today and I was like, wow, I am the age in which I remember what I was wearing as a 12-year-old little girl sitting on the steps of our house thinking my mother is ancient.
You know what's interesting, though? If you take 42, you're turning 42, and I'm 24, so it's like a weird anagram there.
Yeah.
Like it's like cosmic fate.
That we're together.
Yes.
And dating.
Yes.
I love that. You'll just say yes to anything.
Well, you sign the paychecks. So.
All right, fair enough. Okay, here's the thing. So let's go into, because it is my birthday tomorrow, let's talk about what is blackout or toast, right? Lots of good shit in the news, lots of good topics going on. You and I have been talking about stuff that either totally makes us want to drink until we black out because it is exhausting, or stuff we want to celebrate or toast in happy hour. So
yeah,
I'm a
absolutely.
little afraid of your green Post-it note list. I have to admit, I have no idea what's on the other end of it. And mainly I'm afraid because you're a lot smarter than I am. And so I'm afraid you're going to bring up topics that I'm not even sure like what country they're happening in.
Well, what's frustrating about you building it up like that is...
But you know what? Never start a sentence to your boss. What's frustrating about you is...
Well... All right, so our first topic is horse meat. The European Union this week.
Okay. I know where Europe is.
It's like across the Atlantic.
Yeah, got it. I'm with you.
The not Asia, other continent.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so the European Union has been pressured by certain animal rights groups, other groups, to ban the import of horse meat. Now, where do we stand on horse meat?
Okay, well, in business... You have 3 types of employees or clients. Stay with me here.
All right, I'm on board.
All right. You have racehorses, you have workhorses, or you have glue factory, right? The racehorses are people that you're going to hire or they're the clients you're going to have, and they work their asses off. They do everything you ask them to. They're driven. They want to accomplish something. They want something to happen. And the workhorses are people that they're steadies, right? They're steady. They're going to be there, but they're not necessarily there because they want to really advance themselves. They'll just do their job, or they're the client that will be very functional and they'll stay. Glue factory is please make this end. Please make this end, make this person end, make them go away, make the client go away, don't take the client, let the employee go, please let them quit. So I'm thinking that I hate horse meat. How's that? So
You
I'm
hate
saying
the idea of horse meat?
I hate the idea.
Have you ever eaten horse meat?
No, I think my Amanda, my sister, had someone's calling you as you have a date.
Well, that's our head of messaging.
Oh, Matthew Goldfarb.
Needing something.
Yeah, exactly. We're in the middle of a podcast, buddy. No, I've never eaten horse meat.
Have you ever had the opportunity and decided not to? Or
No. Right. And you know what? I'm pretty proud of that. I've never put myself in that opportunity.
Really? So you're going...
You would totally eat it, David. You don't even have to answer this. I know you would.
Yeah, for a couple of reasons. First of all, and I think enough people will be with me here, just fuck horses. As a species...
Whoa. Is this like Catherine the Great? Or is this just
no. This is like... Okay. Have you ever been bit by a horse?
No, never.
I realize now that fewer people than I've had first thought may have been bit by a horse, but it's awful. It's an awful experience.
So apparently you've been bitten by a horse.
Yeah, they're violent eaters. So their teeth sometimes come in contact with you. It's awful.
Okay. Did you have a lot of contact with horses, or?
I had enough to get bit.
Okay. Okay.
But so horses, awful, don't like them. Also, there's this weird fascination with horses, especially here with women, it seems, or young girls, that sort of puts them in a different realm than the cow, but I say they should all be together.
Okay. I'm going to just back up. So the cow and the horse should be in the same category. Have you ever tried to ride a cow?
I have never tried to ride a cow.
Yeah. So I'm just telling you, they're impossible to stand still to try to ride them.
I will accept your hypothesis there.
Exactly. So anyway, I'm going back to the horse meat and I'm saying blackout. I'm not toasting horse meat. I'm not eating horse meat. I don't want to be in a scenario where I have to decline the horse meat appetizer. I'm going to be pissed if at Chef and the Farmer tomorrow night that one of the courses is horse meat and I'm going to feel like it's going to be your fault. I'm saying blackout. I'm not down with it.
I'm saying toast. All right. Next topic. Small business owners in New York are campaigning to reject the proposed $15 minimum wage plan that workers are campaigning for. What are your thoughts on the $15 minimum wage?
Well, I feel like you're setting me up to give you an answer that positions you to ask for a raise.
Well, I mean, there are certain implications to the $15 minimum wage that we just couldn't avoid.
It's actually... I may have to toast until I black out on this one which was not an option that we were thinking might come up. But here's the deal, it's tough because the bottom line is that I am a person who believes that all society betters itself based on a basic living wage, right? Mm-hmm. And being able to provide for your family, provide for education, for healthcare, all of that. So I think it's nearly impossible for, a single mom or someone to live off of what is the current minimum wage. The flip side to that is, Joe Polish says something that, great marketer says that all people know how to add in business, but very few people know how to subtract, right? So they don't understand the full scale of how much money it actually takes to run a business. And so I kind of get stuck in the middle on that one a little bit because I really think that it's important for a living wage to be a true living wage where people can survive and even thrive in some cases. But on the other hand, you put too many pressures on the small business owner, too much legislation, it's going to end up affecting jobs in general. They're going to try to get one person to do the job of two people because they can't afford it. So I'm seriously may have to toast until I black out because I don't think you can win on this one. I think a lot of people would say giving people a higher wage is a win-win. And I actually believe that to a certain extent. But I also know that it's expensive to run a business, and it's hard as hell some days.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see where you're coming from with the toasting until blacking out. I think I'll black out this one, even though that seems like I'm betraying my fellow non-entrepreneur employees. But I get where they're coming from in that the minimum wage right now seems like ridiculous. But just seems like you're making a leap where you can make a step there. $15.
That's so articulate, David.
You like that?
Yeah. And if everyone just out there that's listening through these airwaves, if you could just start making a leap instead of start making a step instead of a leap. That's good.
That's why you pay me the big bucks.
The big non-minimum wage bucks.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Next topic. A internet blogger took a look at people's bucket lists and found that the number one thing is to go skydiving. Skydiving, where are we at?
So I can put this to you pretty simply. If ever you come into the office one morning and they gather all of the employees around and they say, unfortunately, we've lost Suzanne. She died skydiving. You can immediately say, the bitch was murdered. Because I am never going skydiving. It's never happening. I'm not going skydiving.
Even in like a tandem situation, like they just
I'm not going
you to
skydiving with the entire football team of the Green Bay Packers strapped to me. I'm not going skydiving. I'm not going skydiving. I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good plane that is operating well and going to say, no, you know what? I don't need this plane. Screw that. I'm just going to jump out and wing this on my own.
So you're blackout on skydiving.
I'm totally blackout on skydiving. I won't even skydive while eating horse meat.
All right. So if you don't mind me asking, what would be like your thing? If it's not skydiving, something comparable, like what would you prefer to do?
Bucket list item?
Yeah.
But it's got to be adventure based?
Sure. Otherwise, you have to pick something, productive or...
I this isn't going to sound as adventurous as skydiving, but, I've lost 75-ish pounds, and it sounds like where I was going to go with that is I've lost 75 pounds, and I'd just love to do a hot dog eating contest. No, I've lost 75 pounds. I really want to surf.
Ooh. I don't think I would have the coordination to surf, and that seems like one of those things that I would be really into for like an hour and then really upset with myself for failing at something.
Oh, then you could just go drink. But you know what?
True.
But talking about the bucket list, I just want to add that I think that's actually a big problem with people who are looking for success or trying to build a business, trying to build a life. It's that they're actually not clear on what they want, right? So I do love that people actually have bucket list items. I was actually talking to a client today, and he said, I'm perfectly content with what I have. I think the moment, it's wonderful to have satisfaction, but I think the moment you become content and you don't have the next item on the list, the next thing you want to do, that's trouble because you actually aren't working for anything, right? I know like you're going to Japan in September.
That is right.
Great opportunity to have horse meat.
Do they have horse meat in Japan?
Yeah.
I can't tell if you're saying something factual or just banking on the fact that I don't know whether they have horse meat in Japan.
They totally have horse meat in Japan.
Well, I'm adding it to the list.
Yeah, I'm telling you. My sister, when she was just there, that was one of the options. She didn't try it, but she could try it. I'm telling you. So anyway, that being said, bucket list items are important. Know what your next dream is. Know what your next goal is, because the bottom line is that if you're not going for the next thing, you're not going for anything.
Love that.
It's true. It's true.
For the record, I am pro skydiving.
So you're
skydiving.
toasting skydiving.
Toast to skydiving. All right. You can do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
All right. The website Kotaku did a really interesting piece where they looked at Japanese manga artists, really famous artists, and looked at their workspaces, where they were drawing, where they were creating, and found that there was a pattern to it, more often than not, of them being really messy and disorganized. What's your thoughts on disorganized workspaces? Toast or blackout?
I'm telling you, it makes me crazy. Melanie, she's a hidden disorganized desk person. You could walk in and things seem to be in perfect order, but you open one drawer and it's like a Jack in the Box. Everything just pops out to attack you. So, I will say this. I'd rather toast somebody who's upfront about their disorganization than hiding it in the drawers. So I'm gonna toast the people who are bold enough to put it out there, and I'm gonna black out the people who are shoving it in the drawers.
I love that. I mean, just looking at your office, it's extremely organized.
It's extremely organized. It's immaculate, and I have to keep it that way because it makes me totally crazy. And, I'm a big believer in your environment affects how much money you make. Your environment affects your creativity. Your environment affects how successful you are, because whether you're sitting in your office or you're working from home or whatever you're doing, for hours and hours, you're surrounded by what you're surrounded by. So I'm a big believer in make your surroundings beautiful, make it stuff you love to look at, everything from, the smell of the candle you like to a good color, wall color. So I'm toasting beautiful spaces.
Oh, I love that. You got an extra toast
I
in
did.
there. See, that's interesting what you said, because, I'm single right now, and thus any sense of organization or general cleanliness or order to my life is just out the window right now. My bedroom, even my office.
Let's stop on this. I'm getting pictures. I'm
Yeah,
experiencing
it's,
a mental experience that I'd like
well,
to.
luckily you've never had to be in a single man's bedroom, which is...
You don't know that. Don't judge me.
Oh,
Don't
that's
start
true.
projecting. You have no idea where I've been.
That's true. I'm making assumptions.
Exactly.
But I'm going to, just for solidarity's sake, toast the messy environment, just to make myself feel better.
Awesome. All right, so we got a toast to clean, clutter-free environments and a toast to messy environments, which I think means that happy hour is almost winding down. I'm going to finish my orangeless beer, since you weren't kind enough to slice me oranges for my beer. Next time, it'll be a late birthday gift. And tell everybody to remember that Whether you are blacking out or you are toasting, enjoy your life, have a good time, and make it a hell yeah day.
Awesome. See you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Hell Yeah Happy Hour. Suzanne Evans is the founder of Suzanne Evans Coaching, an Inc. 500, 5,000 listed company for the past 3 years and counting. Her entertaining, brutally honest approach to coaching has helped hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs take control of their lives and make the decision to make money. Want to hear more? Visit SuzanneEvans.org and get on our list to learn about our exclusive programs and support for entrepreneurs.